Hey, yo, 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 what up, what up? Yes, we are live. I appreciate everybody's patience. For those who've been watching me go live, but I had to reschedule a few of my lives because I had some very important things come up. But no, I appreciate everybody that has been, patient with me as I've had to reschedule. But I hope that this live be good to everybody that's coming here tonight. Just got to do everything a little makeshift right now. But here we go though. So let me get all prepped for everybody. I hope everybody been doing well. Hope everybody been doing all right. As for me, I've just been getting through this summer like everybody else, giving the date of this live stream. Let me see something here. Yeah, tonight's live is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting for everybody. Okay. Get my microphone together. I can actually talk to y'all a little clearer. Yeah, I actually got a double header for tonight, given the date of this live stream. So, yeah, without any further ado, let me go ahead and plug in on my microphone for y'all. All right. We back up in the building. Got my microphone together here. And yeah, tonight's live stream shall be a doozy. Once again, got a lot to talk about tonight. Just want to talk about resurrecting quality women. So right now, for the most part, really it's just for me all about just this live stream in particular here. Hold up one second, y'all. Let me make sure this is okay. Yes, never mind, I'm back. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that in this particular live stream that I wanted to kind of give y'all sort of background. Yeah. Whatever, MGTOW and Win. I see your little comment there. Yeah, late as ever. But I'm good with what I do though. That's all that matters. Yeah, I'm good with what I do. So but yeah, here we go. Let me go ahead and I want to talk to y'all about, at least like with the first live stream that I did that was titled Resurrecting Quality Women. Well, in that particular thumbnail, I had some Afro Mexican women in that thumbnail. And in this second thumbnail, I'm using some Afro Guyanan women in this second thumbnail, given this type of live stream here. So no, Brown dude, there won't be guests for this live. That's why I called it this live reloaded, because it's just me talking on this particular live stream. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do a trilogy or not. That's something that I'll have to kind of think about. But in this particular live stream, I just wanted to more or less talk to y'all about things that I wasn't able to get across with the guests, because I wanted it to be them talking. That's the main thing. So let me see this here. I'm trying to there was something I'm trying to look for in this the way this chat is going here. I'm kind of using two devices. Okay, but yeah, I don't like this new mobile format for StreamYard. You can't really see the live chats on your mobile device, but thankfully I got my laptop and I'm looking at it. Yeah, exactly, Brown Do Life. Yes, reloaded means solo. But But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I used Afro Mexican women in the first thumbnail, and in the second live stream here, I'm using Afro Guyanan women because I just really want people to know that here on this side of the world, there's still a lot of traditionalism, especially amongst those from an Afro background. But it's just like what MGTOW and the Wind said. You know, it may not necessarily be here in America. It's from other cultures. Now, I have had some people in the back chat disagree with me in regards to saying, well, there's still some traditionalism here in the United States, even from those from an Afro background. But I'm like, well, I kind of got an idea of what that is, but do you know what that is? So it's just being kind of like a challenge per se to those who want to say that there's still traditionalism here in the United States. Hey, what's good, DJ Moss? I see you in the building, fam. I see you in the building. Yup, that's right, Brown Do Life. Reloaded means going solo. That's what we're doing tonight. All right. So let's get going. What you mean, MGTOW, when you said false? What do you mean by that? It's what is false? Excuse me. Let me get an idea of this. Let me kind of get off into some of the things I wanted to highlight with y'all because I won't be able to necessarily see all the comments. I'll have to go back and forth between the screens of my laptop because my mobile device is very slow. Yeah, let me see this here. What? Oh no. Yeah, this is lovely. All right. Nevertheless, we're still going to chop it up. We're still going to chop it up. But yeah, overall, in regards to traditionalism, you know, the main thing is that one needs to think about is that where I'm coming from with all this is that I'm all about pragmatic conversations. That's my main thing. Okay, here we go. I kind of had a little glitch in there, and I don't know why it's tripping with me here. Yeah, yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, forgive me, y'all. Let me see this here. Continue. Let me get into my account so I can show y'all what I'm trying to say with this live stream. Okay, there we go. Hey y'all, it's all about these these glitches, man. I'm telling you, this computer stuff is something else. So let me see what y'all saying. MGTOW to win. Those have been told avoid black men. Traditionalism is in the Midwest and the South. That's what Brown Do Life just said. MGTOW to win said those have been told avoid black men. MGTOW to win said traditional women in the United States. Brown Do Life said conservative states and cities. Yeah, there's been a lot of westernized opinions trying to seep into a lot of these traditional societies because basically they want I would say in regards to the so-called black man, they want him to be basically prohibited from any form of better procreation, if that makes sense. So you know, that's the unfortunate part. Here we go here. Yeah, but see, I'm all about pragmatic conversation. That's my main thing. So I'm all about really where I'm trying to go with this live stream, and I'm trying to get the screen reloaded here once again. Once again, y'all gotta love technology here. Hold up. Okay, I'm where I need to be. So if everybody's been patient with me, I got to where I need to be, so I can really hit y'all heavy. So, but yeah, here we go. I'm all about having pragmatic conversations. But see, the thing about it is that in this Western society, obviously, it is void of feminism. You know, I mean, it is, yeah, it is void. It is I don't know what I mean is void of. It's void of anything feminine. That's what I'm trying to say. Not feminism, but it's void of anything feminine. So what you have is a clash. You have feminine versus feminist. Now you see in traditional societies, there's no clash of ideas as far as feminine and feminist. It's just about her being a woman, you know, understanding your role in your feminine body. You know, that true femininity comes from the traditionalisms of these cultures. Now, if you checked out my thumbnails, you'll see that. So the traditionalism that really reflects a lot of the femininity that is supposed to be amongst the feminine gender in these cultures, you see that they cook. Why? Because that's what the females in those cultures are supposed to do as they achieve womanhood. Hey, what up, Venom? I see you in the building, fam. Yes, I see you in the building. Good to see you. Yeah, we had a good conversation, man. And I think you're gonna like this live stream as well because it's kind of picking up where we left off as far as what we talked about on Replicant Fish's live stream. Let me see what MGTOW and the Wind said. They practically want me to be a female. Who is they? You mean here in the United States? Yeah, yeah, I can get that if that's what you're talking about, MGTOW and the Wind. Let me see this here. Okay, but yeah, there's this clash of feminine versus feminist, and you don't see that in traditional societies. You know, the feminine gender in those societies, they just do their role in ways that the feminine gender is supposed to do. So yeah, you gather food, you cook it, you just what the feminine gender is supposed to do in those societies. There's no debating, there's no arguing, you know, there's none of that, you know. You know, and it's kind of like getting off to another point of mine. It's a side note, and I've mentioned this in my previous video I just did about For We All Have Simped. And basically my side note is this. I don't have it all together, but I have a lot of things together, but I don't have it all together. So with that said, I haven't mastered anything about women. Just in case one might be like, well, how do you know so much about women and, you know, female nature and all this stuff? Well, I haven't really mastered anything. I'm just going to humbly say that. But yeah, for the most part, most westernized females don't want to be submissive. And if so, it must be on their terms. She wants to be the head or ahead or ahead. Don't know if you caught that triple entendre, not double entendre, triple entendre. First of all, she wants to be the head, meaning she wants to be leading the household, right? Or she wants to be ahead, meaning like, you know, competing against the man in the house as far as finances, resources, or just in life in general. She kind of wants to be the one to have the 401k or the one that could put a down payment on the house or the one that can pay off a car. You know what I'm saying? Ahead, you know what I'm saying? Or she wants to be ahead, meaning like, yeah, he could be ahead of the household, but I got to be ahead of the household too. But the last time I checked, two heads on a body is pretty much a deformity. So yeah, you see a lot of deformities within the westernized households, if there's a such thing as two heads in the households, if there's such a thing. Yeah, of course, MGTOW and the Wind. You never master women. Like there is a secret to that. There is a secret as far as this idea of mastering a woman. But for the most part, you have to have this mindset that you really don't master them. And in many ways, you're not trying to. Yeah. So you know, that's the thing. You just as someone that could be of a certain state in a certain place in your mind, you never really think that you're there. You know, if that makes sense to a lot of people. Oh yeah, Venom. Yeah, I'm glad you dropped by to see the work, man. I'm finna work really good at this. Yeah, finna work really good at this. Now the thing is, going forward, you know, in a lot of traditional societies, there's not this bumping of heads of females that don't want to be women and they want to try to have the role of a man. The last time I checked, you had females that just wanted to have their own tribe and they wanted to combat men. And yes, these type of tribes were called Amazon tribes. Now, ironically, this idea of what's Amazon is not from Brazil. It's not from the Amazon rainforest. Look back into history, you'll see that Amazon goes back to the days of the Greeks. Yes, so this whole idea of the Amazonian women, Yeah, that's why I did Amazonian women. It actually goes back to Greece. It doesn't come from the Amazon rainforest. It doesn't come from the Amazon rainforest. No, it comes from Greece. So allegedly, there was this group of females that wanted to war against men. And allegedly, they warred against a lot of men. You got to think during those times, during those Hellenic times, masculinity was kind of in the air. You had masculine guys in Greece, but you also had a lot of homosexual guys in Greece. So it was a mixed bag as far as, guys that really were men. And so what the Amazonian chicks were able to do was use that to their advantage. They fought a lot of least masculine guys, and they just came at them with brute force of what a masculine man would do, and of course, I do female woman logic at this channel. So I'm not going to say that these were Amazonian women. These were Amazonian females that were going to war against, more than likely, Greek males, not Greek men. Because the Greek males, they were, like I said, they were a mixed bag. A lot of them were heterosexual. That's for another story. Now, you can go into Rome and there were issues of that too, but that's for another story. We're not going down that rabbit hole, and I'm not here to diss the rainbow community. So let me put that disclaimer out there right now. So let me continue on with some of the things I wanted to talk to y'all about. Now, overall, the feminine gender, even through traditional societies, had this understanding that she must be a spiritual helpmeet to the masculine. The feminine must be a spiritual helpmeet to the masculine, his spiritual support. So not just even on the realm of carnal. See, as of late, when we say helpmeet, we just literally talk about the carnal, the physical aspects of a helpmeet. But in a lot of traditional tribes, it goes deeper than that. It's all about even the spiritual support that a man needs in his life. But you know what? A lot of females that ain't trying to be women in men's lives, they've tapped into that. Why you think there's a lot of them that are witches that find ways to put men under spells? They don't want to make sure a man is doing well. They don't want to do that. So I find that very unfortunate, but this is part of the truth. This is part of a lot of what's going on out here in this world, that a lot of these chicks that's supposed to be traditional in the spiritual aspect, they are not. They would rather be spiritual as far as their witchcraft is concerned. Why you think, even this idea of holding a grudge, which I mentioned in the idea of toxic relationships, a lot of them use witchcraft against men. That's the spiritual support you're going to get from most westernized females. They're going to use witchcraft. That's your spiritual help you're going to get. And let me not mention how, you might have a chick in these parts that give you potions, love potions, but that's for another story, right? That's for another story. Let me see this here. But it's kind of this thing, more or less, that what I want to tell y'all more or less is that there's still some traditional Guyanese women per se, because I did mention Guyana, but for the most part, from what I've gathered, a lot of contemporary Guyanese women per se living in urban areas of Guyana have taken on roles as breadwinners for their families, particularly in the working class, so basically it's no different than what's going on here in the United States per se. A lot of females are taking on these masculine roles because a woman wouldn't want to take on a masculine role. Hey, what's going on, woman of the past? Good to see you up in the building. Good to see you up in the building. Got a double header live coming up tonight. Oh yeah, you been through that, Venom? Yeah, that witchcraft, that love potion that keep you sprung, keep you under that spell, get you lost in their sauce. Get you lost in that witch's sauce of that witch's brew. We better watch out for that. Now, I've always been humble, y'all, even as of now. you know, my main thing is I'm humble. I'm humble. Yet at the same time, I'm humbly disappointed to hear, more or less that, there's just still a lot of negative feedback that a man can, a man has to endure, you know, just from him trying to be positive amongst the feminine gender in this Western society. In some ways, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. But, when it's all said and done, you are a man, and nothing gonna stop you from being a man. So you're gonna speak as a man, and you're gonna speak as a man as far as what you understand and what you know about a woman. You know, a man don't want nothing to do with a female. A man wants everything to do with a woman. So a man gonna speak about woman. He gonna speak about what he's learned about quality women. Now, resurrecting quality women, because that's what this is all about here in the Western Hemisphere. Basically, specifically in the United States, can quality women be resurrected? That's another question. Can quality women be resurrected? What does Woman of the Past say? A lot of wicked men as well. It's a whole package together. Hey, what's going on? I am Sweet. Good to see you up in the building. Hey, you're gonna have to go in my about section and email me so I can add you to my Discord. As well as you, Venom 54. Pretty much everybody, if y'all want to hit me up outside of YouTube, go in my about section and email me so I can give you my Discord link. So y'all can, like I Am Sweet pleasantly did. She reminded me of a live stream that I had that I wasn't able to reschedule. So much love to you for doing that, I Am Sweet. For real, for real. But yeah, I mean, my question is, can quality women be resurrected? Can quality women be resurrected? Matter of fact, Venom, man, let me do this for you here too while you're here. Let me see this. I got you down as a moderator, man. I'm trying to build up the brothers, be moderators here at this channel, because I know not everybody's here for my live stream. So I know you're around, and you being the monk that you are, you compete female nature. You know what I'm saying? And you can get rid of it for me when I can't see it in my chat. So Brown Do Life, he's doing the best he can. He's here all the time and he be peeping, but I only have women here, not typical females. That's what I do here. So yeah, Woman of the Past, she's respected. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like these other guys out here, and no pun intended against them, but I don't have what they call a male space. I have a masculine space. So the masculine welcomes the feminine as long as she's being feminine. Now, if she's not being feminine, she gets dismissed. She gets booted. So that's y'all job. Don't even, no ifs, ands, or buts. Just remove them. Don't give them no timeouts. Just get them out of here. You know what I mean? If they ain't trying to be women here in my chat. Because I've always, like I said, it just humbly disappoints me per se, and I'm just being humble about it. That, even when a man is trying to show love and be positive and kind, you're still going to get rebuttals. And I've had to deal with this on and off YouTube. I came to my clarity about things, and I swallowed the black pill from that perspective. We ain't even talking about red pill. Sometimes you gotta swallow the black pill sometimes about certain things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't believe there's femininity for sale. Now, you got OnlyFans. They try to claim that's femininity for sale. No, that is not femininity that is for sale. That's whoredoms that are for sale, And you get this whoredoms that's for sale with places like OnlyFans and hypergamy. Notice there's a lot of these chicks that have, like, I don't know, their time has passed them. You would think, depending on what she's been through in her life, she would be more humble. That's the key. You want someone that is humble, despite what she's been through. Because I've always believed no matter what a female or a woman has been through, the key is her humility. That will let her more or less be around a real gentleman, a real man. Like, that's what's key, because if she's coming with all these standards and this idea of supporting hypergamy and what a man should already have, that's going to be a turnoff to a lot of men that are barely making it right now, especially in these times. So let's say there was a collapse of the society. Now you expect this man to chop wood for you too, yet you coming at him with hypergamy. He gonna be like, no, no, I ain't going for that. You're a burden to me. Hypergamy is a burden, and it's part of that whoredoms for sale, because that's what a chick is really doing. Now, I'm not going to go too deep down that particular rabbit hole either, because this is a different level of how you sell your whoredoms. Now, the streetwalker obviously sells her whoredoms, but it is more or less a legit sale. Go to Las Vegas, prostitution is legal, okay? And there are other places. So a lot of this is legal about what a lot of more or less the streetwalkers are doing now. But you got a lot of chicks who aren't trying to be women. A lot of them are typical females, and they sell their whoredoms with this idea of hypergamy. Why do I tie those two together? Because all she's going to do is, for the night, for a date, or depending on what type of relationship or marriage, she's going to try to cash in, whether for a good meal or for the fate being sealed, whether she gets pregnant by him or she gets married, and that's how she'll end up divorce raping the guy or getting him for child support. All these, ways that she'll cash in, like she won the jackpot, especially if he's a high profile type of individual. You know what I'm saying? So that's how she sells her whoredoms, because all she's going to do after she rides on his carousel, while she's riding other carousels, by the way, she's going to cash in with the guy that got the biggest cheese. She's going to get her in, and she's going to leave him, go to another guy, get more cheese from him. Now, there's this one chick, she was on IG. She said, yeah, I got 100 grand. But come to find out, she got 100 grand on her because she saved it from all the guys that she had been around and had different types of relationships with. So there you go. The whoredoms for sale in regards to hypergamy is similar to what you see on OnlyFans. It's just that with OnlyFans, you're just dealing with OnlyFans. They're not people that you really had to get to know. They're not really people you had to get to know. Let me see. Woman of the past, she said, can't put everything on a woman. It's both sides in the U.S. Well, woman of the past, it depends. It depends. And I hear where you're coming from in regards to saying, like, you can't point the finger. It's not about pointing the finger. It's just more or less stating what has taken place. Now, a lot of it goes to, you can say some guys have been on a lower vibration per se, but it still comes back to him not having a father around to be on a higher vibration. A lot of that vibration was limited if he had a mother around that didn't let him see his father. So that's how you can put a lot of this together. Okay. So, I'm just trying to highlight some things. So hopefully you don't take offense, but here we go again. Let me see. Yeah, real women I've encountered only like to travel alone occasionally. And I brought this idea up because it's similar to like even a lot of the traditional women. A lot of them don't travel alone. They travel in groups when they're going to get water, when they're going to get rice, when they're tending to the livestock. They always travel in groups. They never travel alone. So you see the opposite of that here in this society. You see a lot of the feminine gender, they travel alone, whether it's a female or a woman. Obviously the woman not knowing any better, or she has no one to rely on, or the female who just don't care about what anybody has to say. She's going to want her cake, eat it too, and live her best life, and you can't tell her nothing. So, but in traditional societies, a lot of the feminine gender do not like to travel alone. Now, it's really cool that here in the United States, when you do have some of the feminine gender who also think the same way, a lot of it's due to the times we live in. A lot of them just don't want to be kidnapped. y'all know about that spike in the kidnappings that have taken place. So some chicks are peeping game to that per se. They're like, oh no, I really don't like to travel alone. A lot of them want to stay indoors or order double dash. They want to order that double dash, which, you got to watch out for that too. They're going to spit in your drink. Watch out for DoorDash. That's what I meant to say, not double dash, DoorDash. But let me see. But yeah, real women I've encountered only like to travel alone occasionally, and it has to be for a specific reason. We live in a society where most females wouldn't have it any other way and would prefer to travel alone. I'm very skeptical of someone like that because there's no telling where they are traveling to and from. Mostly promiscuous travels, if you ask me, you know. But that's really the thing. Like in a lot of these traditional tribes, a lot of that's prohibited because they know that the feminine gender in a lot of these traditional societies, they know that she could get caught up in things. There's places that have Sharia law. There's places that they just restrict the feminine gender's movements for specific reason. Now, I'm not endorsing certain things like that. That's not what I'm saying. I endorse Sharia law, but I am saying that more or less that there's just people around the world who do think about the delicacy of the feminine gender, and they're trying their best to keep them out of harm's way. But here in this Western society, that comes off as being too controlling, being too overly protective, but yet everybody's screaming about, well, we don't have men protecting us. We need more protection. Well, he's trying to protect you, but you're saying that he's overprotecting for some reason. Let me see what everybody else has said. Venom, he said, gain your trust, sign you up for life insurance, and have you oft, then collect on the policy and off to the next victims. Facts. That's exactly what's going on. Yep, that's it, Venom. That's it. Oh, I heard what you're saying, woman of the past. Yeah, I know you say I don't take any offense. You can say whatever you want. I'm not like that. I actually like to debate. But that's the thing, though. Like, I don't really like to debate, just trying to be in my man frame. I don't debate, I just come with what I say, and I hope people relate. I try my best not to debate, but I heard what you're saying. There is a time and a place for that, but I'm just not in that type of time. But I totally understand where you're coming from with that. But let me see. Let me see what everybody else is saying. Okay, yep. So I can keep going. I'm glad that everybody's here, though. People are here tonight. Like I said, I got a double header, so stay tuned. There's more on the way. There's definitely more on the way, and a lot of what I'm saying right now might not be covered in this particular live. I might have to make another continuation. Yeah, I might have to make another continuation of this because there's so much that I wanted to cover that I probably won't have time to do on this particular live stream because I have to do another one here. I'm making up for not being able to do the live yesterday. So hope y'all enjoying it. Oh, and like I would say normally, hope you got your popcorn. Hope you got your hot dogs, your soda, and your nachos because we finna go in more. We just getting started now. We just 30 minutes in. Yes. Let me go ahead even more. Let me see this. Yeah, I don't mind an emotional woman. Woman is about being emotional. Females are not about being emotional. Because the feminine is about emotion. The feminine is about emotion, and the masculine is about logic. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with her emotions. You just have to know what type of emotions she has, because within the feminine and the emotion is her chaos, and within the man and his logic there's order. So you have to basically have her emotions more on the logical, you see. So that's where it's at, and you see that in a lot of traditional cultures, like with the way the feminine gender is. A lot of their culture has the emphasis on the feminine's emotions be submitted to the masculine's logic, but you don't see that here. You don't see that here, not in Western society. But yeah, I don't mind an emotional woman. Woman and emotional go together. Feminine and emotional doesn't go together. See, that's for another story though. But my thing is, sweetie, remain feminine. A little logic is cool on her part, but when she's less emotional, it's time to raise concern, Now, here's another question. Here's a question for you ladies, and even those listening to this on the replay. Is it really that some of y'all have an attitude problem, or is it just conditioned behavior? Hmm. I think about that a lot as far as how I assess every situation. You know, uh, I think about that. You know, maybe some of them don't really have an attitude problem. Maybe it's just the conditioned behavior. Now, this could be based on abuse, but maybe it could be just what she's eating and what she's drinking. Yes, I know that a lot of chicks these days like seafood, but do y'all know that a lot of seafood is filled with mercury? Keep that in mind. You're eating other predators, literally. Why do you think that dolphins are forbidden to eat in most parts of the world? Because dolphins eat everything else. You have the plankton that's eaten by the shrimp that's eaten by the lobster that's eaten by the fish that's finally eaten by the dolphin. By the time it gets into the dolphin, it's filled with so much highly toxic amounts of mercury. That's why most countries outlaw you from eating dolphin, but that doesn't stop Japan from eating dolphin. But I'm just saying, my point is, some of these chicks' mood swings could be from the food that she has eaten. That's why I'm all about, if to me it's attractive. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say this first and foremost. It's attractive to me when the feminine gender is encouraging better eating habits. I didn't have to get her to eat healthier. She's already eating healthier and she has a healthy disposition because of just the food that she's eating and the fact that she's not drinking things that aren't healthy for her either. See, or she's not that much of a smoker, a lot of this. So I'm just saying, it's, to me, it's not just necessarily some of them have an attitude problem. Some of them don't get enough sleep. Maybe it could be due to what they eat and what they drink. So that's why I'm saying, like, when the masculine comes to her life and she strives to get more feminine, she'll start to get into his orderly way of doing things, or more or less, she'll just feed off his energy and just want to make sure, like, more or less, he's good. He's taken care of because she's doing good as far as her having like a vegetarian diet, not necessarily vegan, but she's vegetarian. So she's not consuming too many meats. She has a lot of herbals in her diet. You know what I'm saying? She's not smoking too much herbals. Stay away from the chicks that smoke too much herbal. That's just my opinion. Y'all do what y'all want to do with that. So, and it could come down to the water. Okay. Uh, we always say it must be in the water. It must be in the water. Well, yeah, it's definitely in the water, I think. Depending on, look, y'all think about Flint, Michigan, right? You know how polluted that water was, and just imagine, like, the mindsets. They said, like, if y'all look up some of this stuff, like a lot of the children's DNA was starting to change just due to the pollution of the water in Flint, Michigan. you know uh Let me see this here. So we'll keep going and talking about some of these things. So just want fellas to think about that in regards to quality women, resurrecting quality women, because I see what you said, woman of the past, that you're glad you don't have those problems. And I know you come from a very traditional background, like tribal background per se. And so obviously, you know that a lot of the tribal feminine gender don't have a lot of these problems either, because they eat fresh from the land. They make sure that the land isn't contaminated because they're isolated from most of society. Yeah, they're isolated from most of society. So, they have a chance to make sure everything that they cultivated is wholesome, even the water they drink. So, now it depends on which part of the world some of these traditional feminine genders live. But I've seen a lot of them that have very decent teeth. Now, depending on the culture, you may find some that don't have decent teeth because, you might live in a culture where they encourage you to eat certain types of tobacco or certain types of gat. Gat is it's kind of like a leafy substance that's similar to caffeine and, yes, cocaine, but the herbal natural aspect of cocaine, just to keep your energy going. And everybody eats it. Some people around the world eat gum, but like the natural form of gum, but it can erode your teeth. But even if She got bad teeth, her skin looking good. Okay, so you'll still see other healthier aspects about a lot of these tribal feminine genders that you just don't see in this society, Western society, where there's a lot of struggles with obesity, high blood pressure, even acne. Yes, something as benign as acne, but acne can reveal a lot about a person. We get lip notes, you know, the little micro bumps that are upon you that it could either represent cancer or it could just represent stress. You know, not every lip note that you get on your body is a cancerous one. It could just mean you do have some stress and you just need to chill for a little bit, you know. Let me see. Venom said, it's also the paper mache males that pollute their souls by taking advantage of them in their youth. Yep, that's true. You know, they turn them out, you know, turn out those little girls. They turn them out, which, you know, that's why I do the female woman male logic. Yeah, I do the female woman male man logic at this channel because those weren't men. Because a man ain't trying to turn out a young girl like that. Only a male would do something like that. These paper mache males. See, yeah, you put the male in the whole sentence. So we already on point. Venom, you know, great minds think alike. Yes, indeed. Let me see. McTown the Wind said, oh God, that's why I carry 2 cases of water in my truck. It's driving through Michigan, Detroit, Dearborn, Flint. Yep. I was actually up in Flint before the water crisis. Oh, man. Oh, I am sweet. She said, I gained 7 pounds during the lockdown. I skipped 1 meal a day to lose weight. The goal is 135. Hey, there you go. That intermittent fasting. I call the intermittent fasting the wolf diet, but basically the same thing. That's a good idea. I am sweet. Continue to do that. But yeah, some radical females now believe that male and female are separate species. I actually think a lot of people are becoming more androgynous. We're already becoming that as far as the way we think, the way we talk. Now, all it takes is just the way we look. That's the next step to me. Now, some people are going to want to be this way and some people are not going to want to be this way. But we're seeing a shift in society of where a lot of things are just more neutral. Now, that goes with gender too. But once again, not bashing the rainbow community. I'm just saying in regards to just tying this live stream with resurrecting quality women. Well, if you got people who feel neutral, well, this idea of a quality woman might not necessarily matter to some people, right? Now, to me, a female that rebels is an incel. Oftentimes we refer incel to males, but what about the incel females? To me, the incel females are the ones that rebel. How do they end up an incel? Because they think that their ways and their rebellious ways will still get them to acquire a man. When little do they know, men are turned off by their behavior. So that's how they end up an incel. And you see a lot of this going on because they're not trying to be a quality woman. Do not approach them talking about being a quality woman. They're going to look at you and be like, excuse me, who do you think you are talking to me that way? Whereas you get to other parts of the world and maybe some pockets here in the United States where you might see more of a traditional type of feminine gender just offers you this quality, okay? Because I know that I'm very optimistic, even though, yes, it's getting less and less as far as seeing quality amongst the feminine gender in the United States. I'm going to have a safe bet. I'm going to have a safe bet that there's still a few that want to know what being a quality woman is like. Just a very small number. And maybe some of these feminine genders were converted. You know, everybody got a story. But what is your story going to end up being? That's my question. Of course, for most, their story is the wall. Most of them only know about the wall. They hit the wall per se. But that's not every lady's story. That doesn't have to be your story, sweetie. You don't have to be like the rest of these ones out here that just want to live their best life. You can be different. You could just want to be a quality woman because really your best life is with a man that appreciates your quality. Real talk. Now, man, there's so much more I wanted to share with y'all. Let me see. I got 45 minutes. I think I'm gonna go for 15 more minutes, and I have so much more that I'm gonna have to bring up in another live stream. Whether it's another reload or where I do probably offer a panel opening to the feminine genders, to where I can bring up some of these other points, and we could do some brainstorming. No debates, no debates. Sorry, woman of the other pass. No pun intended. No debates. We want to be constructive, right? Not destructive. We want to be constructive. Okay. Now, as y'all probably already know, and I mentioned this earlier, the masculine represents order and the feminine represents chaos, And what we're seeing is, you look at the yin and the yang, in the middle, you see how they fuse together, right? And they swirl around each other. Now, what we're seeing is that yin and that yang trying to split apart, okay? That's what we're seeing in society right now. Now, to me, the realm of the masculine is about masculine principles. Now, you might have some people say the realm of the feminine is about feminine principles. I don't think so. Masculine principles, this idea of principles is masculine. With femininity, it's not about principles, okay? Because once again, principles is masculine. In regards to femininity, it's about dynamics. That's what it is about. With femininity, it's about dynamics. So you have masculine principles and you have feminine dynamics. That's the whole function of the yin and the yang. It's basically, if you think of dynamic in regards of a process or system, from what I've gathered, dynamic is characterized by constant change, activity, or progress, a force that stimulates change or progress within a system or process. Okay, so does that represent the feminine aspect of this? This constant change, due to her emotions, activity, whatever her process is, a force, her force is to be reckoned with, fellas. Her force is to be reckoned with because of her emotional state is always changing. It's always an influx. Okay. And it is also similar to like the flutter of a butterfly, the flight of an airplane, the wind, and of course, not talking about MGTOW in the wind, just saying wind, okay? Just all this represents the feminine gender, her dynamics, the way she flows, the way she's supposed to flow. Now, in traditional societies, this is well understood because as they go through rites of passages in a lot of these tribal cultures, they basically not only do as they're told, they also have to learn about womanhood, and they go with that flow. There's no debating, there's no arguing about that. They want to all end up somebody's mother, like the mother of a man's child. They want to, accomplish that in their life. And you don't really see a lot of emphasis of that in this Western society, this accomplishment of just being the mother of a man's child. No, what we see is a lottery of being the mother of a man's child, just the lottery aspect of it. Bingo, win a lottery, taking the court, get that bag, baby. Yeah. But let's talk about this dynamic more, let's talk about this dynamic more. Dynamic duo. Oh, dynamic duo. It's supposed to be a duo. He's a part of her dynamics. That's how it's supposed to be. But she's part of his order. He orders her dynamics, kind of like he's the captain of her plane. He keeps her flying. She can fly good, but it's not the same without him. Okay. So a lot of them flutter in life. A lot of the feminine gender that don't have a man in their life, they're just fluttering in life. Now, there's that statement out there, she's not yours, it's just your turn. We know about that, right? Or she's for the streets. We know about that, right? But that's for those who choose not to have their dynamics in order. And it takes essence for her dynamics to be in order. Okay. Otherwise, she's just going to be having a lot of turns, toss and turn. Yes, at night, she's going to be tossing and turning. That's another thing, too, right? Because she's fluttered, out of control, all over the place. Now, dynamics in one way, from what I've gathered, is the branch of mechanics concerned with the motion of bodies under the action of forces, the branch of any science in which forces or changes are considered, like chemical dynamics. That's one thing. Another definition of dynamics could be the forces or properties of which stimulate growth, development, or change within a system or process. The dynamics of changing social relations, or the dynamics of her interaction with the masculine gender. Think about this. Remember, guys, flow. How is she flowing with you? How is she interacting? How is she interacting with you? If she's flowing smooth, what do they call an object that is flowing smooth? It's aerodynamic. Fellas, is she aerodynamic with you? Is she flowing with you? What is it in water when something flows getting water? That's hydrodynamics. Is she flowing good in the waters for you? Is she flowing good in the air for you? Is she flowing with you? That's why I be like this amongst the feminine gender. I just like to go with the flow. Can you go with the flow? And the female don't like to hear that. The woman understands what I mean. Females don't like to hear this go with the flow because most of them have went with the flow of a bad boy. That's another story. Or they haven't known what leadership is like amongst the masculine gender because they didn't have decent masculine genders as good examples growing up. Okay. Let's see what everybody been saying here because I haven't been looking at the chat too much. I'm getting at 51 minutes, less than 10 minutes before I stop this live and take a break for the next live coming up, y'all. Let me see this. Oh, let me see. Brown Do Life said Donovan Sharp got an episode talking about how incel and thoughts are one and the same. Male incel and female thoughts. Oh, okay, that's what's up, Brown Do Life. Oh, my bad, y'all. I kind of cut off a little bit. I had to do an H2O check. You know, I'm talking about air and water. Oh, yeah, that's it, Brown. That's it, McTown to win. Thermodynamics. Yeah, that's another one. The flow of heat, the flow of temperature. Yeah. The flow of temperature. Oh, this is someone new. Germinator. Hey, what's good, Germinator? First time in the building. Good to see you here. You said, I just don't even see a point in trying, like the one doesn't exist. Well, what do you mean by that, Germinator, as far as the point in trying? Really, in regards to resurrecting quality women, it's this idea that it raises itself from the dead. You don't have to necessarily raise it from the dead. So this is more or less a message for the feminine gender. This is something hopefully internal that a lot of them can receive. It may be something a lot of them can work on for themselves. Maybe there are some feminine genders that are inspired by messages like mine that make them want to resurrect this quality in women. Now, men have a part in this too in regards to if you're a father, you know, making sure that your daughter grows up to be a quality woman. Now, that's here nor there as far as certain guarantees, because as Men Venom talked about at Replicant Fish's live stream not too long ago, you can have a daughter, raise her up, but she's exposed to the ills of this society. So sometimes you just don't know how she's going to come about. You just don't know. So that's more or less the trying aspect of anything in regards to you raising a daughter, and that could be a hit and miss. It depends, that could be a hit and miss, but we definitely want to, hey, what's good, Jonathan Johnson? Good to see you in the building, fam. First time, but I've seen you around, fam. Good to see you in the building. But yeah, that's the thing. This is the whole idea of resurrecting quality women. This is things amongst the feminine gender that wants to get it right. The real women, not the typical females. They're raising themselves from the dead. These are the real phoenixes from the ashes of these incel females that are burning themselves to a crisp. making more of a scorched earth of the way they choose to live. And they're not trying to be quality, of course. That's how they ended up with scorched earth around them. Okay. Now, I explained mostly about these dynamics, music. Okay. Think about the music. Think about how music is affecting the feminine gender. And, that's why a lot of tribal cultures, they're unique in making sure that there's masculine and feminine music. And that both aren't necessarily the same. That's the main thing. So a lot of times, it's all about the different varying levels of volume and sound in different parts of the musical performance, whether it's hymns or instruments, it doesn't matter. But all this affects the feminine gender. Ladies, think about what megahertz. Think about these hertz, these vibrations, these harmonic sounds. Think about all of this that you're putting upon a child that's within you while you're pregnant. Okay. Think about the music that you're surrounding yourself by. That's affecting that fetus within you. Think about how it's affecting you if you're not pregnant. Think about how it's affecting your appearance. Think about if you're listening to masculine music, it's making you more masculine. Okay. Think about that. Think about if you're hearing a guy talk harsh when he spits and he raps and then you start to be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, where's the calmness in your voice, baby? When you started rapping like him, I almost wanted to jump out the car. I thought you was gonna shoot me or something. Oh, hold up. Now you a little gangster. I didn't know you was like that. Whoa, So I'm just saying, in different parts of the world, even music is it's just different, Oh yeah, that's facts, Venom. Quality is always rare, and corruption and destruction is what is promoted, and that's major. That's major what you said, because last time I checked, like Bugattis, Rolls Royces, those are quality and those are rare. Even though I'm seeing more and more celebrities get those kind of cars, which kind of makes you question the rarity, but nevertheless. So if quality is rare, this really isn't something to be frustrated about. As far as where all the quality women at, it's rare. Just like what Venom said, it is rare, but it is something we must still desire and represent and reflect. Even as us men, we represent this quality as men. So we expect nothing less from a woman. Her quality that's been rare to us in our life. We haven't experienced a lot of quality amongst the feminine gender in our lives. So that's what we want now, if we're going to be around the feminine gender. There have been many guys who have chose to go their own way for their own reasons. Nobody needs to bash those type of guys. That's their choice, okay? But for some who still choose to be around the feminine gender, sweetie, he wants quality. Have quality for him. It's rare. Be rare. You say you're rare. Be rare, right? Be rare. Let me see what else. Brown Do Life said, now I can highlight these comments because my phone's starting to get a little quicker with some of these feedbacks here. Mainstream music frequency is not good. Lower frequency music is good for turning up. Just like fast food is cool to eat, but after that, it's yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, I am sweet. She said, listen to classical music when pregnant. Child is more likely to be smart. Yep, that's true. And I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret too. Sometimes, like even with wealthy people, a lot of them prefer cars that are over 8 cylinders, like 12 cylinders, because the harmonic notes of a V12 is actually very good to the ears. So if you're getting a car that has bad harmonics with its pistons and cylinders coming out the exhaust pipe, that can affect your day too. So think about all this bad harmony with people's exhaust pipes. And y'all hear it all the time. Y'all hear people when they drive and their car has no harmonics. You know, I kind of don't mind this electric car age, because you know you can tune your car to sound a certain way, since you know blind people have to hear for electric cars. So why not them hear your car passing by harmonically? That's another topic, y'all, but we ain't finna get that futuristic today. We dealing with right now. We trying to bring some stuff back from the past, right? Okay, an hour mark here, okay? Because we're at an hour mark and I have so much more I wanted to share with y'all, but I guess I gotta say this for another live. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, I guess I can wrap this up. I got a few more points. Let me just wrap this up with y'all. Why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, I guess some of the things I was going to say, ironically, in regards to vehicles designed to aerodynamics or hydrodynamics, is usually based on a feminine body shape. Yes. So some of the best cars in the world, like McLarens and things like that, they're shaped after the body of the feminine gender. Okay. So, sweetie, yes, you got that nice shape. The cars are shaped after you, you know? Yes, a lot of the best aerodynamics, and actually a lot of the motorcycles that are designed are based on the sculpture of the feminine body, because your body is sleeker. It can cut through the wind a little better, yeah? And so the shape of a body is very important to a lot of tribes around the world too. Keep that in mind. When a woman has certain hips, certain breasts, things like that, all the stuff that represents the nurturing of the feminine gender, the nurturing of a woman. These things are valued in other parts of the world, but over here we don't get that. We got a lot of out of shape chicks demanding hypergamy, yet her shape isn't together. You know, you want a man to have his financial shape together, but you don't even have your physical shape together. Now, thankfully, yours truly is not about just the outer surface. That's cool, but I'm about the inner surface. The inner surface brings out how it affects the outer surface. So to me, a chick can look like a dime, but she still won't get my time if I know she's going to try to make me lose my mind. No, sir. Can't be around someone like that. But it is such an amazing thing when you got a chick that's down to earth and her body looks very earthly, very mothery, if you know what I mean. You know, this could be more or less just based on what I've been talking about with her dynamics. When she's sculpture right, when she's flowing right, this could be the true aspect of what controlled chaos is supposed to be, because the masculine is going to control the feminine's chaos. He's going to control her chaos. So ladies, control isn't a bad word if it's used in the proper context, because sometimes you need a man in your life to calm you down. He needs to tell you, baby, calm down. When you tripping, walk up to you, kiss you on your forehead, baby, chill. It's all good, you know? That's what I mean. That's part of that chaos, sculpting you, making you be able to flow with him. You know, the chaos under control. This is the essence of pure design, that even in the car world, in the airplane and boat world, they have this in mind. So something can flow a little better. Yes, even similar to what MGTOW in the Wind said earlier, as far as thermodynamics, the flowing, the exchange of heat, so it can flow smoothly and seamlessly. Sweetie, I'm trying to talk to you smoothly, remember, so you can flow better. Listen to me. So that's how men want to talk to you. He's not going to try to argue with you. He's not going to try to go back and forth with you. That would be chaotic, right? That would be chaotic. But I think I'm going to stop here, y'all. And who knows? Looks like some of my final points I want to talk about, I'll just save it for another live stream. But what I can say more or less is that, you know, I've said this before, but it's all about this getting back to being primal. Yes, it's all about getting back to primal, you know, and primal is part of this aspect of resurrecting quality women. So ladies, if you want to understand what it means to just being primal, part of it is based on this traditionalism. It's part of, you know, just getting back to grassroots. It's getting back to the soil of things. This idea of being primal, you know, because that's part of you know, this idea of being a quality woman. Again, it's for you to understand, you know, the way things were when it was just about, you know, you in the dirt, you know, not you like in the dirt in a bad way, but just like you and you know, because if you just think about primal, just from what I'm gathering, you know, it just relates to any early stage in evolutionary development, primeval, you know. So just getting back to this beginning phase of what womanhood is, getting back to the basics. I think a lot of the feminine gender here in this Western society has been far removed from the basics of femininity. And with that said, hopefully this live makes sense to some. Maybe this live did not make sense to others, but to the others that this live made some sense to, feel free to hit that like button, especially those listening to this on the replay. If this is your first time here at this channel and you like this type of content, well, feel free to subscribe. That'd be awesome. And share this live. And if by any chance you want to reach out to me, go in my about section. I got all my links there. If you even want to tip yours truly, I got that link there too. But I'm gonna sign off here, y'all. I got another live at about 9:30 Central Standard Time. So I'm gonna chill here, and if y'all got any other questions real quick, I'll answer that real quick. Looks like Venom said men and women have to remain sturdy and confident in their true energy and remain as untainted as possible to bring more life, hope, and energy into the void of which we survive. That is so true. True, Venom. Facts. It's all about that energy. All about that energy. Hey, by the way, there was this dude, it was Moneybag Yo. I kid you not. And he was saying how, like, you know, he like the Pookie and Ray Ray type per se. So he was saying I was smashing this girl and she was screaming out energy. See what I'm saying? Even they know, even people from that dark side of life, they understand this idea of energy, right? So but yeah, I'm gonna sign off here, y'all. Oh, my sound lord. Yeah, I know Brown do life. I don't even know where I ended at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm doing this from my phone right now. So what was it that you did not hear, Brown do life? Let me know. What was it that you did not hear? So I can try to talk to you again and kind of go there. Oh, Venom said I need 3 Ys and $5 trillion. I feel you. I feel you, man. Yeah. Yeah, but wherever I lowered my voice at and you didn't hear me all the way, just let me know and I can go over that point again before I sign off here. Otherwise, I'm gonna get off of here and probably go live again in about 30 minutes. Who knows? I might actually push the live up 10 minutes from its original time. And I know everybody's looking forward to this next live that I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say it on this particular live here what that live is about, but you know, let me see. Brown to Life said it was while you were reading Venom's line about men and women. Still heard you though. Oh, okay, yeah. And I guess for those who are listening to this on the replay, Venom said men and women have to remain sturdy and confident in their true energy and remain as untainted as possible to bring more life, hope, and energy into the void of which we survive. Yep. And obviously, once again, that's facts. And as you know, I mentioned about Moneybag Yo. After that, I read off what Venom said. You know, Moneybag Yo, he was on his rap song saying how he was smashing this chick and she was yelling out energy, energy. And I'm saying, like, people even from that dark side of the world where he's from, they know about energy. It doesn't necessarily mean it's good energy, but they know about energy. They know about it. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying, Brown do life. I shall do that. Start the live at 9:40 my time. I shall do that. Good idea. Good looking out. I appreciate that, Brown Do Life. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and give me a little break here and doubleheader tonight. Y'all take a break, come back. I'll be going live again here once more, 9:40 CST, Central Standard Time. I'll see y'all there. And yeah, until next time, signing out.